Hey guys! Today I'll be sharing my very first Get Ready With Me video, so if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep on watching. Lately, I've been using my Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation as it feels the most comfortable on my dry skin, and I'm applying it with clean hands to everywhere except my under eyes because I'll be using a different product for there. And I find that blending in this foundation with clean fingers actually works best for the texture of this product. This part is always kind of scary looking, but trust me, even though I look like a ghost right now, it all comes together soon. Also, at this stage, my foundation is on my entire face except for under my eyes, so it might make my under eye circles appear darker than they actually are, so you don't need to worry. For under my eyes, I'm still using up my NARS Creamy Concealer, which I purchased before they announced that they are no longer cruelty-free, which totally sucks, but when this runs out, I think I'm going to try out the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. By the way, I'm not going to describe much of my makeup in detail for this video because it's not really a tutorial. I just wanted to share my current routine. I will provide a full list of products used in the description box below. To add extra coverage where it's needed, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, which I don't actually use under my eyes because I find it's just way too thick and heavy, but it does work great on the rest of my face. I find it extremely difficult to find concealers that work with my skin tone and type, so I am super limited with what I can use. And then I found an eyelash on my face, so I made a wish. To set my base makeup, I'm going in with my trusty Ben Nye setting powder. One of my tricks to keep my base makeup looking natural is to not over powder the forehead. This might not work if you have oily skin, but on my dry skin, I like to keep a little natural shine on my forehead. To set under my eyes, I'm using the same powder but on a smaller brush. And now I'll just clean up my lips and we are done for the base makeup. I like to kind of let it set on my face while I move on to my hair. For today's look, I'll be creating some big curls that I will then brush out into waves using the Q Curling Wand by the brand Vanity Planet. I'm sure you're familiar with them. They are all over YouTube, and I have partnered with them before because their products always work super well for me, and most importantly, they are certified cruelty-free. Yay! This wand heats up super fast, almost instantly, and I'm just wrapping sections of my hair around the barrel. I hold each section for maybe 7 to 10 seconds. You could hold it for less time for a looser curl or for more time for a tight curl, but I'm going kind of in between. Then I gently release it and I put the curl aside just over my shoulder to let it cool down and set. I found that because it curls so effectively, I can actually wrap quite large chunks of my hair around the barrel, which saves me a ton of time. If you have very long or thick hair, you'll definitely appreciate that. It took me about 10 minutes to do my entire head. I much prefer this type of curling wand that doesn't have a clip. I find that the ones with clips are really fiddly to use, so this one is just so much easier. It's definitely beginner friendly, and it does come with a heat-safe glove, so you don't need to worry about burning your hand. The only criticisms I have is that there's no light to tell you when the wand is turned on, so make sure you take note of the position of the switch. And lastly, the style of plug won't work with all types of outlets in all countries, but luckily it does have a voltage appropriate for an adapter, at least for me here in Australia, so I just popped one of those on. I also travel to the US every now and then, so this will definitely be my travel styling tool of choice because it fits with US outlets and some other countries as well. Then I will brush out the curls later after they have fully cooled down to create these big soft waves. It is super easy. Of course, I have a discount code for you guys, and this one will give you 50% off this curling wand. I'll place the code on the screen right here and also in the description box below if you are interested in checking it out. While my hair sets and cools, I'm going to finish off my makeup. I'm using my trusty Kat Von D palette to do a super simple eye makeup look, pretty much the same as I always do, using warm tones from the palette. I always like to do the slight gradient towards the outer corners and keep the shades light in the inner corners because I have quite deep set eyes and a high nose bridge, so naturally the shadow is quite dark in the inner corners. For eyebrows, of course, I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz and the same technique as in my eyebrow tutorial, which I will link above in a card. I like to follow the natural shape of my brows and keep them quite straight, just filling in any sparse areas. Mascara is nearly impossible for me to apply on camera, but at least this time I actually remembered to refocus my camera after leaning in closer to my mirror. I'm just using my Blink tubing mascara as always. It doesn't look quite as dramatic today because I haven't had my eyelashes tinted in a few months. They are well overdue, so they are looking pretty much as blonde as they can get. Also, I rarely shoot with perfectly even lighting on both sides of my face, so it might look like one side is a little bit darker than the other. Next up, I'm taking my current favorite blush, the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. Another tip I have to keep your makeup looking natural is applying blush to your nose bridge as well. Not the very tip of your nose, but just with a very light hand over the bridge of the nose. Now, this may not work for all skin types and skin tones, but for me, it achieves the most natural looking blush. I'm just obsessed with nose blush right now. I just love how it looks. I'm still going on my Too Faced highlighter, which I've had for 4 or 5 years now at least, and I still haven't hit pan. This product will probably come to the grave with me. I apply it to my cheekbones and not the ball of my nose, but instead on either side of that, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people are into highlighting like that ball tip right on the very tippy tip of their nose, but I just like to apply a little bit of it kind of either side and also a touch on the top of my nose bridge. To finish off my makeup, I'm just gently patting on a touch of my favorite lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury. Now that I've let my hair cool down and set into its curls, I just brush them out to soften them and create nice big waves. I love this look for every day as it goes with all my outfits and it works for pretty much any occasion. For my outfit, I'm starting with jeans. These ones are really stretchy and comfy, and I love that timeless dark denim with subtle contrast stitching. I couldn't decide what sweatshirt to wear today. First, I was feeling like pink. This one is really oversized and cozy. Then I gave my white and gold Joy Rich sweatshirt a whirl. For accessories, I wore my rhinestone choker necklace, which is by Vitakush. I love that contrast between some subtle glamour with a cozy sweatshirt. I can't remember where all my rings are from, but one of them is definitely from Disneyland. Finally, I settled on my Adidas Originals sweatshirt, which I'm sure you guys would have seen many times before. It's the perfect balance of neutral and colorful. Then I'm just popping on these synthetic patent sneakers that have these cute puffy laces. And that about completes my first Get Ready With Me video. Leave me a thumbs up on this video if you'd like me to make more of these, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.